I'm sure by now you have heard of this AI chatbot called ChatGPT by OpenAI that was released earlier this month. And the reason everyone is talking about it right now is because of how powerful it is. By just typing a query into it, you are able to get it to do simple stuff like telling you a joke and generate a random number, all the way to doing complicated stuff like writing an essay or writing codes. Welcome to the future. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, no, it can't answer you whether the market bottom is here or not. The reason ChatGPT is so good is because you can talk to it like a normal human and it can understand what you say and reply back in a perfectly understandable English. Take for example, if I say, explain to me how the internet works, but in the style of Donald Trump, it will then write, well, the internet is a big, beautiful thing. Let me tell you. It knows what the internet is and how Donald Trump talks. But the other reason as to why ChatGPT is so good is because it remembers the conversation. So let's say if I ask it to turn this into a poem, it will then get a beautiful poem of what the internet is as explained by Donald Trump. Okay, maybe you still can't see how powerful ChatGPT is. So let me share a few practical examples of how it can be used. 1. As you have seen earlier, ChatGPT is good at writing stuff. So for example, let's try writing an email to Mr. Lu from 1M65, thanking him for making really useful investment videos, and make sure to wish him what big at the end. And within seconds, it helps me generate an email to him and thanking him. And of course, wishing him what big. I'm sure many students will also be using it to write essays, like writing a 500-word essay on why Singapore is the best country in the world to live in. Besides that, you can also use ChatGPT to create a 15-week curriculum for your course, all together with subtopics for each week. Or another example is by creating a travel plan. Let's try creating a 7-day travel itinerary to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, while including onsen in the plan. It will easily give you a full 7-day itinerary and of course with onsen too. Okay, maybe even this wasn't challenging enough, because if you were to Google for it, you will easily find thousands of travel guides, and maybe ChatGPT was getting its ideas from one of them. So let's up the challenge a little. Let's say I'm a dad and my kid likes to listen to different bedtime stories every day. I can then ask my kid what kind of story she wants to listen to tonight. Maybe she wants to listen to a story about a fairy and a kitten going for an adventure. So I can ask ChatGPT about it, and within seconds, ChatGPT spins up an entirely new story of the fairy and the kitten going for an adventure in the forest. On Twitter, someone by the name of Amma used ChatGPT to write a story about the magic of AI. He then took it one step further by using an AI image generation tool called Midjourney to create images for his story. And just like that, over the weekend, he was able to come up with an entire storybook that's for sale on Amazon. Now, you are starting to see the creative side of ChatGPT. Quick pause, did you know that the Weibo app has quite a lot of features other than, just buying and selling stocks? For example, you can read up on important stock news in the News tab. Or if you go to the Company tab, you can check out key financials and indicators here. For example, you can see that Tesla's earnings per share has been going up. Nice. Return on assets, return on equity, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and there's even a peer comparison too. Also, right now, their sign-up bonus is super generous. By just depositing 2,000 SGD in, buy 1 US stock or 1 ETF with a minimum transaction of 100 USD, buy 1 US option, or while maintaining a 2,000 SGD net account value for that 30 days, and you will receive a $150 cash voucher reward. So if you are interested, you can sign up to Weibo using my link down below. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Besides writing stories, it can also write songs. For example, I tried asking it to write a song about investing in Tesla. It then generates the lyrics for this song. I also asked for a melody. which it then gives to me. Okay, obviously, I'm not going to sing it, but if you guys are good at singing, you can go try it yourself, yeah? What about plays? It is good at that too. Let's ask it to write a play about something called the East Coast Plan, a plan that would revolutionize the East Coast. And it was able to come up with a beautiful play of the East Coast Plan. Besides that, ChatGPT can also help you write codes. Let's say, if I need a function to do quick sort in C#, it would immediately give me the answer that I need. If I want to, I can also ask it to explain the code that it has just written, and it was able to do so without any problems. But I also want to test it and see how good it is at finding bugs. So I tried changing the code a little, and sure enough, it was able to find the bugs, fix it, and explain what was wrong with the code. Someone was able to create an Apple-looking website via ChatGPT. You can use it to convert code to a different language, test for vulnerabilities, build an entire app, and so on. Last but not least, because it has memory, you can actually chat with it. One such use case of it is treating it like a therapist and chatting with it, asking it to come up with a list of positive affirmations specific to your situation. So, with these examples, you are able to see how powerful ChatGPT is, though it has a few limitations. Let me show you. Someone tried asking it to generate a picture of the Mona Lisa in P5.js, and here's the result. What about something simpler then, like drawing Pikachu? Yup, there's some weird looking Pikachu there. Besides drawing, it can also get math questions wrong. Like if you try asking whether 99991 is a prime number or not, it says that it is not a prime number because it can be divided by a few numbers. But when I mentioned that it can't be divided by 3, it tried to convince me that it's right. Like, huh? This is because ChatGPT is trained by feeding it data, and as there's no source of truth in the data, it is unable to tell whether the answer is right or not. For example, if you ask what is the fastest flying mammal, it will tell you that it's the peregrine falcon, then confidently explain the answer. When told that it is not a mammal, it tries to give me another wrong answer. Or when asked whether there are less than 40 days in a month, it will say no, there are not less than 40 days a month. So yes, while ChatGPT is good at creative stuff and coding, if you try to make it answer fact-based questions or math questions, it can give you the wrong answer some of the time. But right now, there are already rumors that the next version of ChatGPT will be coming soon, and it will be a lot more powerful than this version. So I'm sure that given enough time, ChatGPT will continue to improve. By now, I'm sure that you are getting worried and might be wondering, will ChatGPT steal our jobs and take over the world? It is unlikely that ChatGPT or any other language models will take over the world or steal people's jobs. These models are designed to assist with tasks, not to replace human workers. While it's true that language models like ChatGPT can perform many language-related tasks with a high degree of accuracy, they still require human oversight and direction. Additionally, there are many tasks that language models are not capable of performing, such as physical tasks or tasks that require creative thinking. So no, you don't have to worry about it stealing your job and taking over the world, other than the fact that this answer was entirely written by ChatGPT. Okay, here's what I really think as a real human. The one thing you have to accept about technology is that it is relentless and that it will come whether you like it or not. When cars were invented, many people who were working as coachmen, blacksmiths, and other workers in the horse industry lost their jobs. And now, with the invention of self-driving cars, taxi drivers, truck drivers, and bus drivers will be losing their jobs next. This is the same with ChatGPT. There's a chance that in the distant future, it could replace the jobs of programmers, marketers, news reporters, and writers. But here's where I'm hopeful. Rather than see it as a threat, we can see ChatGPT as a tool to make our jobs easier. For example, if I'm a YouTuber, I could ask it to suggest interesting titles for a video about how to invest $100. Or if I'm a food blogger, I could ask it to suggest interesting topics for me to write about. Or if I'm a programmer, I could use it to quickly do tedious stuff like generating a standard navigation bar. So in a way, it is able to automate boring tasks for us, leaving us with more time to do things that we are good at, creative work. And I believe that's the thing that AI will never be able to 100% replace. I also saw some discussions going on with how ChatGPT will replace Google one day, to which my answer is, you don't have to worry, yeah. According to the founder and CEO of Hummingbird's AI, he says that Google Search has its own advantages, like the amount of data that they have and the broader resources that they have to collect data. Also, there are different ways in which people search for stuff. Like, do you want to get the answers directly, or do you want to search for different options so that you get different viewpoints? For example, if you are searching for whether it will rain today or not, you will want a specific answer. But if you are searching what are the best stocks you can invest in, you will want a few alternatives where you can choose from. And because of that, I don't see how ChatGPT will replace Google anytime soon. But if anything, I do expect to see a lot more AI-generated stuff appearing, like AI-generated storybooks, AI-generated music, AI-generated movies, and so on. But what do you think about ChatGPT? And what are you using it for? Do let me know down in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.